Hello everyone, I'm Asim and this is my project Context Line. It's a project I built to solve a problem I kept running into myself. When I spend the whole day at my computer, I actually don't know where the time went by the end of the day. So, I built something that watches my screen activity and turns my day into an honest, readable timeline. Let me walk you through it. So, here's the thing. Every tracker out there tells you which app were open, like Cursor for 3 hours, Chrome for 1 hour, but that tells you nothing. 3 hours in Cursor doing what? So instead, this project solves this. It provides a descriptive report of what you are actually doing. For example, from 9:15 to 10, you debugged the auth flow in Cursor. From 10:20 to 10:30, you reviewed a pull request on GitHub. Now, let's see the big idea. The whole system runs on one firm rule: keep the capture part dumb and put all the intelligence in the agents. So the capture layer literally just records what's on the screen or screenshot and bit of text every time you switch windows. That's it. All the actual thinking, figuring out what you were doing and writing it up, that happens in a layer of AI agents built on Google ADK. Keeping those two things separate makes the whole thing very clean. Now let's look at the multi-agent architecture. This is where it's actually fun. It's not one big AI doing everything. It's five specialized agents, each one with a job. The capture agent reads and batches the raw events. The analyst is the only one that looks at your screenshots. It figures out what you were doing and labels it. The journalist takes those labels and writes your day up like a diary. The memory agent saves everything and answers questions about past dates. And the root agent down here is the one you actually chat with. It decides what you need and calls the right agent. Kind of like a little team where everyone is a specialist. So let's look at this slides. This slide is actually important to me because it's about trust. AI model makes things up. We all know that. So I designed it so that modelers only allowed to do the soft judgment stuff. Every hard fact, the actual times, durations, and the app names, none of that comes from the AI. It's all computed in code straight from the real data. So no matter what the model says, every single entry can be traced back to something that actually happened on your screen. The only thing that model does is grouping the events, naming activities, and stuff. So let's look at the custom tools that I built. So there are three tools. One gives the agents access to the file system through MCP. One handles all the screenshot processing, shrinking and compressing the images so it's cheap to run. And one is a database function. One is a set of database functions so you can ask things like how much time did I spend in Cursor yesterday, and it actually looks it up instead of just guessing. So let's look into the implementation details. Quickly, three things under the hood. It remembers your conversation. If you tell it, don't count Slack as focus time, it just honors that. Everything is stored locally and every entry keeps a record of the real events it came from. And there's a cache. So it run. So the first run costs money, but every rerun after that is free. So let's look on. Why is it actually useful? If you ask me, there are thousands of applications, and it's actually, I believe, one of the most useful pieces of software that can ever be written. So I see it's used everywhere. Freelancers get an automatic timesheets without ever starting a timer. You get an honest answer of what you actually got done during the day. Like, I guess that's the thing that you can go back and look on and improve the next day, right? So it's actually a big useful thing in my opinion. You can measure your actual focus time. It's completely private. Everything runs and stores on your own machine. So I guess that's a good thing. So now let's look at the deployment. So the detailed step by step is also linked in the GitHub. So basically, we can just if I have to guide it just through first you clone the repo and open it in an editor, you make a virtual environment and install all the dependencies, and then you connect it to Vertex AI or any, or you can do it any ways you like. It should need it needs a LLM to work with, so you can just do that. You need to grant the screen recording permission and you capture a session and it works. If you want, you can just run the ATK web and chat with it. Now we have not actually made it, hosted it in a server, so you can't actually run it from anywhere. So yeah, you need to clone and do it. So there's this lot I still want to add. First would obviously be making it a real project and making it at scale. Like there are a lot of finer details as well. Streaming responses, weekly and monthly summaries, support for Windows and Linux, detecting when you are in a meeting or away from keyboard. But the core idea here is already here and working. And I guess this is the whole point of context line. Look back, understand your own habits, and improve on it. Thank you so much for bearing with me. So that is all for context line. Hope you like it. Thank you.